At this time, we bring you breaking news. A plane crashing tonight in northeast Philadelphia just 30 seconds after takeoff. According to the Associated Press, flight data shows that the plane disappeared from radar shortly after reaching an altitude of 1,600 feet. Now, at this time, we do know that at least 6 people were on board that aircraft, but casualties on the ground are unknown at this point. That plane crashing into a street not far from a mall. Now, it was a densely populated area where this occurred. We will, of course, continue to bring you the latest information as soon as it becomes available. Well, there's been a lot of chatter online now that Immigration and Customs Enforcement can enter into schools under a new executive order that was signed by President Donald Trump. WMDT's Layla Wia has the details.
A recent executive order signed by President Trump now allows Immigration and Customs Enforcement to enter into schools. In Maryland, State Superintendent of Schools Dr. Carrie Wright sent out guidance to institutions across the state, emphasizing the importance of cooperating with ICE while also complying with the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act and Maryland state regulations, which means if ICE want to access student records, administration is required to contact the school's attorney. Local Immigration attorney Eduardo Gonzalez tells me these safeguards protect families and the schools.
Whether or not they're going to abuse that right, from what I'm reading and what I'm hearing, they're being very selective on issues like that with regards to going to schools.
On the shore, institutions are working to get up to speed on the changes, briefing administration on the guidance laid out by the Maryland State Department of Education. In a statement to WMDT, Wicomico County Public Schools said the district is, quote, prepared to follow state and federal guidelines, as well as local policies and procedures if an immigration enforcement matter occurred at a school. And in Worcester County, a district spokesperson said WCPS and the Worcester County Sheriff's Office are, quote, committed to continued communication and collaboration in support of students and families. With these new changes, Gonzalez says attorneys are working overtime to help their minor clients get necessary documentation.
There's ways to get status for those children, whether it's, special immigrant juvenile visa, whether it's asylum, whether it's a T visa. There's a lot of different ways to help those children.
Yeah, Gonzalez adds that if ICE does try to approach you, you should ask to speak with your attorney. Well, a man is behind bars tonight after a baby was allegedly found on the floor of a car and a gun in a diaper bag during a traffic stop near Milton. Court documents show Delaware State Police pulled a vehicle over on Route 1 near Clifton Road around midnight Thursday. Police met with the driver, 28-year-old Thaddeus Johnson, who court documents state was driving on a suspended license. When Johnson and a passenger were asked to step out of the car, the arrest warrant states that the trooper found a baby covered in a blanket lying on the passenger side floorboard. During a search of that car, court documents say police found a loaded Glock hidden in a pink diaper bag. Johnson was arrested on a slew of charges, including intentionally endangering the welfare of a child. Well, Delaware State Police are investigating a fatal hit-and-run crash in Camden that left a 93-year-old man dead. It happened around 6:30 a.m. on South DuPont Highway near Caboose Lane. Police say the man was crossing the highway when he was struck by a vehicle that did not stop. The man was then hit by other vehicles, all of which also failed to stop. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Anyone with any information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-847-3333. Well, a pretty gloomy, rainy, wet day out there today. Is it going to stay this way, though? What are we in store for this weekend? I believe I heard earlier that we're looking at some cooler temperatures. Isn't that right, Rich?
That's absolutely right, Rob. After a much milder day today, just came with all the rain. We're headed back toward typical wintertime temperatures here as we go into the weekend. But we're going to get rid of all this wet weather here on our Shore Auto Sales Skycam in Georgetown. Current temperatures are still on the mild side, low to mid 50s. And that southwest breeze is the reason why we're still mild and still have similar temperatures to what we had earlier today. ongoing here across the area. The cool down will start sometime tomorrow. Lewis, Millsboro, Seaford, Georgetown, Milford, we're all locked in the rain here in Sussex County, down to the lower shore here of Maryland, Ocean Pines. And I had this radar image saved right here because at one point there was a big old lightning strike just off the coast. We've had a little bit of lightning outside of the area, so if you've seen that off to the east or south, you weren't seeing things. It's actual lightning. Over to Westover here, this is Somerset County, Crisfield, that's Smith Island right there, back into Wycomico and Nanticoke and up to Cambridge, just naming a few, several locations right now that are locked in the rain. How about we just say all of Delmarva? If you're watching me right now over the air or through cable or any other way outside of the internet, we are all seeing rain in any location that we're talking from. So you see the back edge of that coming through Baltimore and the D.C. metro area. It's going to take a while before that rain moves through. We were talking snow today at Love Creek Elementary. The third graders were excited about the week of school that they mixed a couple weeks ago and excited to hear from me that there might even be a little more snow sometime later this month. Wishful thinking, I think we could have a little more, but a big thank you to Mabel Norwood for having me out today to talk to the third graders at Love Creek. And this is on my Instagram story. I posted, even with temperatures in the mid to upper 50s today in Salisbury, some of these snowmen that were gigantic a couple weeks ago, still holding on barely. It doesn't look like we've melted all of that away, but if you have photos like that, you can always send them to me and I will show them off on social media and here on TV. Here's the big storm system that brought us all the rain today. It's just off to our north. It's going to pass by. That cold front swings through later tonight and puts an end to the rain, but it might not be until 3 or 4 in the morning that the rain shuts down. We start with clouds tomorrow and then go with a clear sky for the afternoon. Lots of sun. It's just going to feel a lot colder as that air tumbles in throughout the day. That feels like will be a part of the factor again as well. 46 to 51 by around daybreak. Rain will be over before sunrise. We just might have the clouds around for the Brazier's Carb Care dog walking forecast to get things going to start the day. 46 at 8, but see where our temperature goes. 44 at 2, 41 at 4. A breezy, blustery day, feels like in the 30s for the afternoon. And we're colder tomorrow night, 21, some upper teens in select spots. 47 Sunday afternoon, but we were, we're lucky to have some of the mild air around because these are near average temperatures again. But mild again Monday. Then we'll drop into the 50s Tuesday and Wednesday. But Anthony, it's looking great Thursday outside of a few showers, highs in the mid 60s.
Thanks, Rich. I don't want to see any more snow. It will wreck these sports schedules. Stick around. Coming up, we talk about the Eagles and the Chiefs in the color jerseys that they'll be wearing in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are going for 3 Super Bowl wins in a row. You're watching DSI.
This is College Schoolfield, free safety and running back at Delmarva High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.